Generally speaking, is Qigong a holistic Chinese healing art. But when practiced on a very high level, it can also serve many other purposes. You have to know that there are many different Qigong systems out there, but they all have the same basic goals: an unhindered flow of our life energy, mental and physical health, and an optimized body and mind. The holistic part of Qigong unfortunately gets more and more lost because of the modernization and adaptation to the market. Often what remains are more relaxation exercises or maybe superficial stretches at best. We can observe that same phenomenon when we look at yoga practice, which used to be done in order to prepare the body for long periods of meditation. But nowadays most people just want to get a workout in, or maybe just practice fancy athletic yoga poses. What's often forgotten is that with Qigong, we want to transform the body in a very specific way for it to function very efficiently and effectively again. In order to do that, we need to be 100% aware of the practice method. We have to understand the system in depth. For example, in my humble opinion, every authentic Qigong system should incorporate the principles of the Yijinjing. Without these essential aspects, the practice will lose its depth and effectiveness. It will be like empty, pretty much. Regardless of whether you practice Qigong for health reasons or to develop your inner strength, the Yijinjing forms the basis of all body development from within. It is like the foundation for your Qigong practice. If these guiding principles were maintained in your Qigong practice, then there will be elasticity and robustness able to build up again in the tissues of your body, connective tissues, fascia, muscles, tendons, right? If you practice Qigong for a while and you do not feel any difference, no transformative change, it's all as usual, then it's safe to assume that maybe either the method is incomplete, maybe you're doing something wrong, maybe you just haven't understood the method on a deep level yet and you have to do some more research. So you see, it's always very important that we reflect on ourselves, reflect on our practice, and see if the desired results really manifest within our body or mind. If you do not feel a change, maybe among other things, of course, you have to improve the ability to listen to your body. In Qigong, we always have to absorb the mind in the structure of the body, really fuse the body and mind, and really perceive it, become aware of it in order to feel it, sense it, understand it. Qigong is the science, it is a science of inner sensations, of inner feelings. Okay, and that's why this self-awareness, the skill to perceive oneself, plays such an important role. This aspect alone is very important to dissolve the chronic tension within the body in order to bring about a transformation in the deeper parts. If you're not able to place your attention in different regions of the body, not be aware of your body in different areas, then you will have a very hard time to relax these places. If you're not able to place your attention on the shoulders, for example, how do you want to relax the shoulders? Try to be tense and not focus on the shoulders and relax them, but then place your attention on the area in the body and you will be able to release. So if you never learn how to properly relax the body, how to open the tissues, make space, then you're almost just wasting your time because you will be stuck on your level and you cannot proceed to the next stage. But at the very least, your practice could be a lot more effective. Now, Qigong is often presented in a very esoteric kind of way, with rainbows and unicorns. Not sure if unicorns are there, but definitely rainbows and beautiful, colorful lights. But it's actually, in fact, it's a very structured and logical approach. Okay, there are different processes, different stages that you have to put your body through in order to achieve the desired results. The first thing that we need to do when we start learning Qigong is learning how to relax the body. It sounds very easy, but It really is not. And I know in the beginning I was talking bad about superficial stretches. In the early stages of training, that's really the way to go, because we have to do some deep, rough stretches to just get that majority, that gross tension out of the body. Maybe you've been sitting in an office chair for 30 years plus, and you've really accumulated a lot of tension, and that's the first step to get rid of that. Simultaneously though, we have to develop the ability to listen to our body. So we're not just doing stretches, we're at the same time aware of how these stretches feel within our body. So we're already starting to learn about ourselves and start to feel the inside of our body, for example. In this case, that's exactly what it is. You're feeling the insides. The next thing is the interaction between the mind and the tissues. Because when you're able to place your attention inside, you will be able to open these tissues more effectively, maintain relaxed muscles, sync your qi, restructure the tissues, dissolve all the chronic tensions. So it's really important to have this interaction. Okay? Attention and mental presence within the body are the main things for Qigong. You almost don't need necessarily more in order to get that transformative change. The next step is learning how to be sung. Sung is a state in which your muscles are relaxed down, but your bone structure is elevated. So in this case, you're actually getting a very specific effect because you're stretching the connective tissues and fascia and other places in the body, but your muscles are relaxed down. So you're not actually stretching your muscles, and that's where the big difference is. You're stretching the other tissues and deeper parts of the muscles. This effect, in combination with other practices of the Yijinjing, cultivation of qi, etc., will result in a qualitative change of your tissues. So your muscles will get more tendon quality. So you see, in the end, the last step is learning how to apply the guiding principles of the Yijinjing to your practice. Whether you practice movements or positions, you will always maintain these principles. And when you do a movement with your arms, for example, then it's not because it looks pretty, right? There is a very specific purpose to this movement. Let's say you're making this movement with your arm. You, for example, want to open the tissues in the area of the chest, want to create space, want to find an elastic stretch there. So it's not about learning as many beautiful movements and flows as possible, but it's really about how do you practice this movement, because there's a very specific method that's behind every Qigong system that needs to be understood in order to practice effectively. So the movements and positions of our Qigong practice are actually just tools for our self-cultivation. They serve to achieve a change within our body, to improve the quality of our qi, and ultimately to lead the body and the mind through various processes of transformation for us to achieve good health, vitality, a robust body, and a peaceful state of mind. Now we are at the point where I would like to invite you to take a look at my extensive Yijinjing Qigong program. This is a complete program for the novice, but also for advanced practitioner. I guide everyone through the learning process step by step. We start with the Qigong basics and then continue with the more advanced practices. It is an extensive course that consists of 60 videos and over 17 hours of video content. Lots of different research papers and other theoretical parts as well. And at the moment, because we're living in kind of crazy times, I'm offering this program for half price. This is good for everyone who wants to work on their mental and physical health and have something that they can work off of. It includes over 1 year worth of training. So I think it's a good deal for both of us. And if you're interested to learn more about it, then click the link that you will find somewhere around the video or below. And if you have any other questions, feel free to just shoot me an email or contact me in any other way. I'm always happy to help.